Welcome. A bow of gratitude for taking time to pause, pausing in all the happenings in our lives, taking this time for a little self-care, showing up in our body and our breath. Let's begin in a seated posture. That's helpful to bring a blanket underneath your seat, arranging your body in a way that feels upright, some intention to your posture, and at the same time inviting ease. If it's comfortable to bring hands to heart, taking a few moments, allowing ourselves to arrive, welcoming whatever's present in the body, in the heart, in the mind. Gathering your attention, connecting, present moment awareness. So during this gentle practice today, let's set the intention of inviting calm, stability, balance in the body. As we may know or perhaps not know how intimately connected is the body, the heart, and the mind. Seamless. These qualities we cultivate in the body, so too are we cultivating in the mind. Eyes can be closed or open, whatever feels most natural. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Breathing in, creating space, awareness, and breathing out, letting go, release. Let's begin by bringing palms together, just for a moment, feeling the hands, any sensations, temperature. You're giving the hands a little squeeze. Just holding your hand as if you're holding the hand of a loved one. See what there is to notice here. Checking in with the body, let's bring hands to the top of the head, seeing what there is to notice here. Hands to opposite shoulders. Give yourself a little squeeze. Hands to elbows. A gentle squeeze here. Right down to wrists. And hands to hips. Noticing where upper body connects with lower body. Hands slide to knees. And down toward ankles and feet. And letting hands rest in your lap. Let's find some movement in the upper body. Pick a direction and circle the torso. Nice big gentle movement, letting the shoulders roll, softening through the jaw and the throat. Rocking through the hips one side of your seat to the other. And wherever you are, let's pause, reverse directions. Nice, big range of motion, full breaths. We can use our breath during our practice as the anchor for our attention. When the mind wanders, gets busy, takes us away from our present awareness. Just remember to come back to the breath. One more time around. And we'll come back to a neutral spine. Let's pause here for a breath. Seeing what there is to notice. Bringing feet out in front. We'll come to standing. Finding a balanced posture, standing evenly on both feet. Balance left to right. Stretching tall right up through the crown of the head. Shoulders relaxing back and down. Let's connect breath with movement as we inhale, float arms all the way up. And exhale, arms down. Full body breaths. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Chin might rise. Exhale, arms down. Chin softens to chest. Inhale. And exhale. Let's take two more big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale. Float the arms up. We'll meet at the top. The shoulders allow. Clasp the hands, pressing palms right up toward the sky. Lengthen the body. Inhale here, and as you exhale, it's hinge toward the right. Inhaling up to midline, feel the spine come to neutral, and exhale left. Right back up to midline, inhale. We'll exhale back to the right. Release the hands. Let's bring hand to hip for stability. Inhale, reaching top arm. Exhale, soften into your hinge. Let's inhale, release halfway up. Exhale, reach and lengthen. Two more times, inhale. Exhale. We'll come back up through midline. Exhaling over to the other side, hand to hip for stability. Inhale, releasing halfway up. Exhale, reach and lengthen. One more time with your breath. Rising up to midline, both arms up. We'll clasp the hands once again. Palms reach up toward the sky. Get a little bit taller, maybe rising up on your tippy toes. Gazing up toward the sky. One more inhale. And exhale, release. Ground the heels. Clasp hands behind the head. Let the head rest in the palms. Lifting the crown of the head up toward the sky. Let's inhale, open the elbows a little wider. Squeezing shoulder blades toward the spine. Lifting the heart. Let's pause and breathe here. Inviting stability, balance in the body. One more in-breath. Open the elbows just a little wider. And out-breath, we'll draw the elbows together. Inhale, open elbows wide. And exhale, drawing the elbows in. Maybe squeezing the sides of the head. See if elbows might touch. Inhale, lift and open. And exhale, draw it in. You might tuck the tailbone. Inhale and exhale. One more time. We'll meet with elbows wide, releasing arms. Take a shoulder roll. Just pausing for a breath. Step the feet a little wider. Hip distance, or even a little bit wider to feel stable, strong. Knees are soft. I'm going to bring the heel of the hand to the hip flexor, right where the thigh meets the hip. Pressing into the thighs, sliding your hands right down the quadriceps, all the way down to the knees. Letting the hands rest, slowly lowering the forearms or elbows to the thighs, palms meet. If this is too much, you can keep the hands at the thighs. Nice soft bend in the knees. We'll find a cat and cow spine. As you inhale, lift the chin and the tailbone, let the belly soften, heart open. And as you exhale, tuck the chin and the tailbone, rounding the shoulders forward. Feel a little scoop through the belly with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Breathing through flexion and extension of the whole spine from the base of the skull all the way to the tailbone. And one more with your breath. We'll come to neutral spine, it's flat back. Keep the forearms grounded. We'll add a little movement through the legs, opening the hamstrings. As you inhale, we'll lengthen the legs. Let the crown of the head drop, soft neck. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, fold, lengthen the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, lower the hips. Nice long spine. Exhale, lengthen the legs. Back and forth. Inviting a softening, an ease all the way down the back side of the legs. Ease through the spine. One more round. We'll meet with legs long in our fold. Relax the fingertips down toward the mat. Knees can stay soft. We're in forward fold. Softening here. You might let the torso sway side to side. Gently shaking the head yes and no. Releasing any tension in the neck. Rooting through the soles of the feet. Starting at the tailbone, tuck the tailbone. Slowly roll up to standing, stacking the vertebrae one at a time. Scooping through the belly, drawing the navel right up to the rib cage. We'll slowly rise, letting the shoulders, the head be the last to come up. Once you've found standing, letting the shoulders soften back and down. Pausing here, noticing any sensations in the body. Stepping the feet together, more traditional Tadasana, mountain pose. Come into standing balance, finding our tree posture. Beginning by balancing evenly on both feet. Balancing left to right. Balancing between the four corners of each foot. On your next in-breath, let's float arms all the way up. Palms meet overhead. We'll exhale to heart center. Finding stability through the mid-body. Shifting weight to right leg, to right foot. Find your strength there, rooting down through the sole of the foot, all the way down into the earth. We're light on the left foot. Coming up on the toes. Bringing awareness to the hip on the left. We'll find external rotation as we draw the knee out to the side. Sliding the sole toward the ankle. Might find your balance right here. Toe stays grounded. There's a little more balance available. You might lift the sole to the ankle or calf. A little bit deeper, sole finds the inner thigh. Wherever you are, finding the foot above or below the knee. If it's comfortable to float the arms overhead. Noticing the effort it takes to hold a balance. It takes some energy, some effort to bring stability to the body, the heart, and the mind. And we can find just the right amount of effort, balancing with ease. You might take your gaze up toward the sky, energize through the arms, soften the fingertips and the shoulders. One more breath. Next inhale, we'll bring the palms together. Exhale to heart center. Drawing the knee back to midline and release. Pausing as we find balance on both feet. You might notice a difference between right and left side. Let's shift our weight to the left leg and foot. Rooting through the sole of left. Come up on the toes on the right. Finding external rotation. Finding your variation of tree posture, sliding sole to the ankle, calf, perhaps up toward the inner thigh. You might find balance is easier on one side than the other. We can use our yoga practice to find balance and strength and stability and flexibility on both sides of the body. It begins with our awareness of imbalance. You might float the arms up, extending your tree branches, energy through the arms. Where can you soften, balance effort with ease? Checking in with breathing, full fluid breaths. Next, in-breath, we'll bring the palms together. Exhaling right down midline to the heart. Drawing knee to midline and release. Pausing for a few breaths, balancing on both feet. Just seeing what there is to notice here. Let's release the arms. Take the feet open, a little wider than hip distance once again. Relaxing the arms at the side. Let's just spend a few breaths releasing the effort of a standing balance. Knees are soft. Arms are heavy as we twist side to side. Letting the arms tap the body as we twist. Balancing the nervous system. Opposite heel comes off the mat as you twist. Keep the knees safe. Nice deep breaths. Releasing any tension in the body. And And slowing down your twisting and gently coming to still. Pausing, seeing what there is to notice. And stepping the feet together. So at the top of your mat, we'll step the right foot back, grounding the back heel, finding a warrior one posture with the low body. If there were a line down the center of your mat, you'd have a heel on either side. Right heel is the farthest back on your mat. Front knee directly over the ankle. If the knee is out in front of the ankle, we might open up our stance a little bit, finding stability and balance. Arms relaxing down to your sides. Let's inhale, float the arms up, lengthen front leg. As you exhale, bend back into the knee, arms soften down. With your breath, inhale, rising up, lengthen the whole body. Exhale, bend back into the knee. Inhale, you might take the gaze up with the arms, and exhale back down to neutral. 3 more. Find a pace that follows your breath. Inhale, rise up with the arms, lengthening front leg. We'll meet here. Pause, find balance on both feet. Hips square toward the front of the mat. Arms float down to the sides. Palms facing each other. Imagine you're holding a beach ball between your hands. Shoulder blades hugging the spine. Opening the heart in the in-breath. Keeping length. We'll tilt forward, tilting the pelvis forward, hinging right at the waistline. Pausing whenever you feel resistance. Breathing. Reaching from crown to tail. Shoulders drifting back all the way through the fingertips. Rooting deep under the ball mount of your front big toe. Can you send the left hip back? Notice what happens as we hold this space. Notice what happens in the mind. Noticing changing sensations in the body. Is there space to fold just a little deeper? One more breath. Softening through the front knee, we'll sweep the arms forward and up, rising with the torso. Inhale here, and as we exhale, bring hands to hips. Feeling weight on both feet. Strong and even through both legs. Shift the weight to front foot. Strong through front leg, light through the back leg and foot. Floating forward, coming back to standing. Finding a breath here. Perhaps noticing difference between right and left leg and foot. And when you're ready, left foot steps back. Nice big step back. We'll ground the heel, taking a moment to find our alignment of warrior one on the low body. A bend in front knee, directly over the ankle. Lengthen back leg. Heel reaching back and down. Hips square toward the front of our mat. Releasing the arms down to the sides. As you inhale, float arms up, lengthen front leg. Exhale, bending back into the knee, arms float down with your breath. Connecting breath and movement of the body. Cultivating balance, stability. One more time, inhale and exhale. We'll meet at the top. Inhale, float arms up, front leg is long. Reach and lengthen. As you exhale, release the arms, resisting palms together behind the back. Imagine you're holding that beach ball. Hug the spine. Lots of length as you hinge forward. Take your time, curious about sensations in the body. These really subtle adjustments of reaching the crown forward and the tailbone back. Right sit bone stretching toward the back of your mat. Shoulders drifting away from the ears. Noticing the quality of your breath as we hold this space. One more breath. And soften front knee. Sweep the arms and torso all the way up. Inhale, finding balance on both feet. Bring the hands to hips. Strong and stable through the low body. Shifting weight to front foot, front leg. Find your strength there, light through the back foot. And we'll float back up to standing. Let's release the arms. Pause. This balanced, upright posture. And making our way down to our mat, let's inhale, float arms up. Soft knees, arms float out to the side as we hinge right at the waistline. Drawing the navel in and up as we fold forward, supporting the back as you lower all the way into fold. Releasing the fingertips to the earth. Knees can be soft. Releasing the whole upper body. Feel the weight of the skull, the movement through the head. You might sway the torso side to side. Let's catch opposite elbows in our fold, letting the elbows draw toward the earth. Sit bones rise up. Breathing deep into the belly, deep into the back side of the body. Let's take one elbow forward and the other, lengthening through the side bodies. Releasing elbows, fingertips ground. Let's begin to bend the knees, lowering the hips, coming all the way down to our mat. Through seated, come right into a straddle stretch. Sitting up on the sit bones, taking the legs bend wide. Lengthening from the sit bones all the way through the heels. You might even draw the toes in toward your shins. Inhale, floating arms all the way up. We'll clasp the hands, palms up toward the sky. Lengthen through the upper body. We'll keep the length, tilting the pelvis forward, reaching the palms ahead, breathing, lengthening out of the hips. One more in breath and out breath. Release the hands all the way down to the floor. Let the spine gently soften. Back of the thighs resisting into the mat. We'll stay low in our fold and gently walk the hands over toward the right. Folding over right leg, we'll take the left hand, catch the outside of the calf or the ankle, right fingertips ground behind. Inhale, lengthen the spine, half lift, and exhale, soften into fold. Pause here and breathe. Giving the body a chance to release into the space. Using a full breath to bring ease, to invite calm in the inner body. Releasing both hands. We'll stay low in our fold, gently walking through midline. Feel the spine come back to neutral. Feel the weight shift through the hips. And slowly walking over toward left leg. Staying grounded through both sit bones. Right hand catches the outside of the leg. Left fingertips behind. Gently pressing the fingertips into the floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine, half lift. And exhale, release and fold. Noticing if there's any space in the body to find some really subtle adjustments, inviting ease. What may feel like a very edge of your stretch. If you soften that space, breathe into it. Let the edge become a little softer, looser, a little less defined. Release the hands, staying low in your fold, walking back to midline. Find a neutral spine, pausing here, deep breath. From here, we'll scoop through the belly. Start at the tailbone, gently tucking the tailbone under. Drawing the navel back and up. We'll roll up to a neutral spine. Take your time stacking the vertebrae. Nice and tall, catching behind the knees. We'll bring the soles of feet together for our seated bound angle. So some options here. If you have a blanket or a pillow or a couple, if you want to support on the outside of the legs, that can be helpful. Heels can stay away from the body, a more easeful bound angle. A little bit deeper stretch. We'll draw the heels in toward the seat, clasping hands on the outside of the feet. Letting the knees resist open wide. Taking a few breaths to settle in. Find length in the spine, reaching up through the crown of the head. Shoulders are heavy. And perhaps bringing a little energy into this posture as you resist the soles together, feeling the toes meet. Lengthening out through the knees, lengthening through the inner thighs. Checking in with breath. The posture feels a little intense. If our practice gets a little serious, I always like to invite a little turning up of the corners of the lips. It's amazing what a gentle smile brings to your practice. And releasing the feet. Let's draw the knees up to midline. Keeping the feet grounded here, we'll catch the hands behind the thighs, move into just a little core strengthening before we make our way down to our backs. Starting with a long spine, let the shoulders roll back, lift and open the heart, zipping the navel right up toward the rib cage. You can stay right here with feet grounded. You might unweight the heels. If you can maintain the length in the spine, you might unweight feet. See what is available for you this afternoon, whenever it is that you're practicing. You might release the arms. Option here to extend right leg, bending back into the knee, extending left leg, and bending back into the knee. So whether the toes are tapping, legs floating, we're stabilizing the mid body through the low abdominals, the obliques, the back. A little bit more, you might extend both legs, bending into the knees. You choose your level of intensity, what feels most beneficial for you. A couple more with your breath. And we'll ground the soles of feet, catching behind the thighs, starting at the tailbone. We'll keep a little awareness in the core, slowly rolling down one vertebrae at a time. See how slowly you can come all the way to your back side. Feet grounded, arms resting alongside the body. Pausing here. Letting the spine feel heavy. Seeing what there is to notice, the energy of the body, the heart, the mind. As you're ready, we'll tuck knees into your chest, hands resting on the shins, maybe clasping the hands or holding opposite wrists. Give yourself a little hug. Draw the knees in, rocking side to side, massaging the kidney area. Resting hands on knees, circling the knees, rolling on the hips and the sacrum. Deep breaths, circling both directions. And drawing the knees back to center. Let's squeeze the knees and the thighs together. Imagine you're holding a tennis ball between the thighs. We'll keep that energy as you hug the knees in, floating arms out to the sides in a T position, palms facing up. Inhaling here, and as you exhale, we'll tip knees to the right. Hovering just above the floor, inhale to midline, and we'll exhale to the other side. See if you can stay grounded through both shoulder blades. As you twist side to side with your breath, you find a pace that feels appropriate. You find a range of motion that feels appropriate. The movements coming from the mid-body, strength of the abdominals are soft through the chest, relaxed through the shoulders and the throat. And the next time your knees are to the right, let's pause there. Just holding your twist. Knees are floating. Breathing. Gently coming back up through midline and over to the left. We'll float the knees and pause here. Breathe, squeezing the mid-body towards center. Knees back up to midline. Keep holding the imaginary tennis ball between your thighs as you ground the soles of feet. We'll continue twisting side to side here. As you twist, you can take your chin toward opposite shoulder. So knees to the right, chin to the left. Knees left, chin right. Let's continue twisting, this time stepping the feet open wide toward the outer edge of your mat, letting both knees drop to the right and left. Nice and easy, deep breaths. Next time the knees are to the right, we'll pause here, relaxing into your twist. If this is enough, stay right here. A little bit deeper, the bottom right foot crosses the left thigh. Weight of the foot draws the top knee deeper. Chin may soften toward opposite left shoulder. It's a rather deep twist. If anything feels too much, if there's any pain in the low back, just come out of the twist a bit. This is a practice of tuning in, honoring, caring for the body. If ankles crossed, let's release. Gently, mindfully drawing the knees back up to midline and slowly taking knees over to the left. Finding your variation of this reclined twist. Perhaps bottom left foot crosses the right thigh, chin toward right shoulder. Breathing. Inhale, creating space, length, and exhale, letting go. Releasing top foot, drawing the chin back to neutral, knees gently up to midline. Just pausing here for breath. Letting your arms float down to your sides, palms facing down. Step the feet together, hip distance apart. Your heels are in line with your sit bones. You might walk your heels in just a little closer to your seat. Stable through the sole of each foot. Tucking the shoulder blades under a bit. Take a few bridge roll-ups. Before we do that, let's keep the hips grounded and rock the pelvis forward and back. Tipping the tailbone up and letting it drift away, hollowing out the low back. So back and forth. Nice big range of motion. So you can continue right here with rocking the pelvis. If you'd like a little bit more, pressing through the soles of the feet as the tailbone rises, we'll peel the spine off the mat. Lift the hips, lift the chest toward the chin, and exhale, rolling back down. Continuing with your breath, inhale, lifting Rising up, strengthening, squeezing through the back side, and exhale, slowly rolling down. And a couple more with your breath. As you lift the hips, option to take the arms overhead. Reach and lengthen. As you exhale, hips lower, arms back down to your sides. Let's take two more. Inhale. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, lower, release. One more time. Pausing with the hips grounded. Noticing sensations in the body. Tucking the knees back into your chest. Holding onto the shins, a little rocking side to side, massaging the low back. That's fine. Just a little more length in the back side as you tuck the knees in, drawing forehead up toward the knees, chin to chest. Hands might slide toward the ankles, maybe reaching for the soles of feet, drawing the knees toward the ears. So even as we're tucking in, scooping through the belly, take a deep breath, strengthening diaphragm muscle. One more in breath. And out breath, relaxing the head and the shoulders. And slowly grounding the feet. Pausing here. Let's bring right hand to heart center, left hand to low belly. Taking a couple breaths of gratitude. Breath of gratitude for our ability to move our bodies. Gratitude for this next breath. Gratitude for an intention of using our practice to create a greater sense of well-being. So as you're ready, slowly making your way into our final relaxation. If it's comfortable for knees staying bent, feet grounded, relax right here. Traditionally, we'll lengthen the legs, moving into our shavasana, final relaxation, arms out to the sides, palms facing up. Arranging yourself in your most comfortable recline posture. Allowing yourself these moments of stillness. Letting go of all the doing. Noticing what it's like to simply be. Letting the body, heart, and mind integrate this intentional practice. And we'll take just a couple of minutes of stillness and silence. And I'll ring the chime at the end of that time. Taking a deep breath, gently bringing movement back to hands and feet. You might drag the thumb along the fingertips, wiggling the toes. It's comfortable to sweep the arms overhead, lengthen the legs, taking a whole body stretch, reaching from fingertips to the toes. And as you're ready, bending your knees, feeling the soles of feet grounded for a moment. When you're ready, rolling to one side and slowly making your way up to a seated posture. And once you're seated, letting the shoulders roll back and down. For a moment, feeling the strength and stability on the back side of the body. Knowing that sense of support is with you at all times as we move throughout our day. Perhaps feeling a softening on the front side of the body around the heart. Tuning into our own wisdom and compassion. Let's take a mindful breath together as we inhale, float arms all the way up, palms meet. Exhaling to heart center. Bowing chin to chest in honor of the heart. And by the power of this compassionate, generous practice, may suffering be transformed into peace. May the hearts of all beings remain open, so wisdom and compassion may radiate from within. So honoring this time with you, traditionally, namaste.